It's time now for Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show here on 88.5 KALA. Sit back and enjoy an hour of great American music with your host, longtime touring musician, recording artist, songwriter, and guitar instructor, Roger Hurricane Wilson.
There is a little town out on the Raritan Bay, in the shadow of New York City. It's a little out of the way. It has a storied past, maybe checkered, one might say. For those who spent their childhood here, there were many happy days. From the Polar Cove to Safeway, from Max to Dixie Lee, swimming at the beach, the boating on the creek, from the boardwalk to the pool, to the good old skating rink. There were so many good times there, I don't have enough ink. We are the pride of Keansburg, that's where we come from. There's many of us still around, we form a happy sum. We got our French fries from the boardwalk and our clothes from Robert Hall. I'm proud to say I'm from the burg. Keansburg had it all. Left, although some are still there. The characters we remember left their footprints everywhere. St. Anne's to KPS, memories are best in preparing us for life. Keansburg put us to the test. We are the pride of Keansburg, it's where we come from. There's many of us still around, we form a happy sum. We got our French fries from the boardwalk and our clothes from Robert Hall. I'm proud to say I'm from the burg. Keansburg had it all. I'm proud to say I'm from the burg. Keansburg had it all.
Welcome back, everyone, to Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show, where this week I'm proud to give you a little taste of a new CD that was released in July of 2018. It's all original material except for a couple of tunes on there, but it's about my hometown, my childhood hometown in Keansburg, New Jersey, on the Raritan Bay on the Jersey Shore. And basically, the city celebrated the 100th anniversary back in 2017. I grew up there, and I had a good childhood there, and I thought I'd write a little story about it. So it kind of tells the story. The CD is called Memories of Keansburg, and we started off there with Pride of Keansburg, and there's a bunch of other songs coming your way from that CD, so we'll feature them right here on Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show. Thanks for joining me, and hope you enjoy the music.
Endless little towns that I drive through, not counting speed traps, dollar stores, vinyl siding everywhere. I love small town America. Each town has its glory, it makes it proud to show its pride. Each town has its dark side, there's things that they must hide. Each town has its heroes that gave the place its good name. Each town has its bad guys that brought unwanted shame. I love I drive through. Not counting speed traps, dollar stores, and vinyl siding everywhere. I love small town America. Living on the street. Each town has its fast food drive-thru that is always full. Each town has its folks that always turn out for the local tractor pull. I love small town America. All those endless little towns that I drive through. Counting speed traps, dollar stores, vinyl siding everywhere. I love small town America. Each town has its youngsters that can't wait to get away. Each town has its old folks that never left 'cause they just stayed. Stores and vinyl siding everywhere. I love small town America. I love small town America.
Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show.
Go to work each day. My daddy had to drive 2 hours each way. In the evening I would see him turn the corner in that 52 Dodge. He'd park it on the street. We didn't have a garage. All us kids would ride our bikes, play ball and climb trees. Had a share of scrapes, and skinned up knees. Things would get better in the afternoon. We'd hear the bells of that ice cream man. He'd be coming soon. It was a simple time in my neighborhood. We were by no means rich, but we really had it quite good. We'd live forever if we only knew. We had a good time down on Howard Avenue. Good friends with my neighbor, Anna Eberly. She would heat her house with coal and kerosene. Steve and Mary came here all the way from Italy. You could smell her Italian cooking up and down the street. Oh, Mr. Kaiser drove an old 20s Model T. lived across the street from Old Man Flaherty. But old Mr. Ben would yell at me when my ball went in his yard. I never knew their stories, but I'm sure their lives were hard. It was a simple time in my neighborhood. We were by no means rich, but we really had it quite good. We thought we'd live forever if we only knew, but we had a good time down on Howard Avenue. We thought we'd live forever if we only knew, but we had a good time down on Howard Avenue.
That's a track called On Howard Avenue. That's about the street that I grew up on. It was a little street on a little block in a little town, and not unlike hundreds of thousands of maybe millions of others that somebody has grown up in. It kind of just tells the story of the folks that were around me at the time, and I hope you enjoy it. You're listening to it right here on Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show. It's from the CD, newly released in July of 2018, called Memories of Keansburg, New Jersey, about my childhood hometown. And it's just got a series of songs on there, so we're going to continue with that. If you want to get a hold of me, I always love hearing from you. The email address is roger@hurricanewilson.com. I'm on Twitter at RogerHurricaneW, on Facebook under Hurricane Wilson. There's a couple of Facebook pages for the American Music Show. One's a like page, and the other's a group page. You can join and like. And also, of course, on Instagram at Roger Hurricane Wilson Guitar. So stay in touch, and some more music right here from the CD called Memories of Keansburg, New Jersey, released in July of 2018. You're hearing it right here on Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show.
I was just a small boy, Anna was the lady next door. Her husband's name was Jack. He fought in the First World War. They came down from the city to the little house at the Jersey Shore. They wanted to spend their days happily forevermore. Jack up and died sometime in 1958. I was only 4, but remember it like it was yesterday. Anna took it hard. I was too young to know what to say. She said, "You've got your whole life ahead. Do your best and just enjoy each day." She said, "You realize one day when you become a man." She tried to explain life, though I was too young to understand. She planted that seed in me, and she taught and guided me. Those words of wisdom from my friend Anna Everly. Only 10 the day that Anna passed away. It was sad. I lost a true friend that day. I was beginning to see that life always gets its way. After all these years, I can still hear Anna say, she said you'll realize one day when you become a man. She tried to explain life, though I was too young to understand. She planted that seed in me, and she taught and guided me. Those words of wisdom from my friend Anna Everly. Those words of wisdom from my friend Anna Everly.
Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show.
It's really a shame that nobody but me remembers that you are gone. You had no family or anybody left to carry on. I was just a little boy when you went away. Didn't find out till I was grown there was no marker on the ground where you lay. For the next 25 years, this still bothered me. I kept wishing there was something I could do to try and set you free. It just seemed an impossible task, something I would never see, until some good people stepped in and made it a reality. It really means a lot to me that the world knows who you were. I had to see to it that everyone knew that your life was not just a blur. I'm so sorry that it took so long before I got around to it. I had to see it done so all would know. I had to see to it. Simple folks never claimed to be anything more. You lived your life just that way. You were solid to the core. How I wish I could sit and tell you all that's happened since you've been gone. Everything's better now since I know that your memory lives on. It really means a lot to me that the world knows who you were. I had to see to it I had to see to it. I'm so sorry that it took so long before I got around to it. I had to see it done so all would know. I had to see to it.
That was called I Had to See to It on Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show from the CD that just released in July of 2018 called Memories of Keansburg, New Jersey, which is a CD about my hometown on the Jersey Shore. But really, there's a whole story. Basically, the CD tells a story starting from top to bottom. And the song before that, of course, you heard On Howard Avenue, which is where I grew up. And then the ballad of Anna Eberly, who was a neighbor of mine. She passed away when I was 10 years old, but she was a really nice lady. And she was kind of like a best friend. And it was the first time I was really, getting to suffer the loss of a good friend at a young age. And later on, I figured out 25 years later that she and her husband and her brother were buried basically with no tombstone at all. And I was able to work it out to get them some markers for them later on, probably in the later part of 2017. And so now they are accounted for and in the cemetery where they're buried. And so basically that's called I Had to See to It. It's a story about trying to achieve getting some markers for these folks that had been in their resting places for almost 60 years with nobody knowing about it, really, except for me and anybody now that goes by there. So that's just kind of the story, and we're going to continue right here. This is a song by the boss, Bruce Springsteen. It's my version of it called My Hometown. It was one of the two cover songs that I put in this project, and it kind of reflects the story of the CD, Memories of Keansburg, New Jersey. Yours truly, Roger Hurricane Wilson, right here on the American Music Show.
I was 8 years old, running with a dime in my hand, down to the bus stop, pick up a paper from my old man. I sit in his lap in a big old Buick, steer as we drove through town. He tousled my hair, said, son, this is your hometown. This is your hometown. This is your hometown. Your hometown. This is your hometown. In 65, tensions were running high in my high school. There was a lot of fights between black and white. There was nothing you could do. Two cars at a light on Saturday night. In the backseat there was a gun. Words were passed, shotgun blast, troubled times did come. To my hometown, to my hometown, my hometown, to my hometown. Down Main Street's whitewashed windows and vacant stores. Seems like nobody wants to come down here no more. They're closing down the textile mills across the railroad track. Foreman says these jobs are going, boys, and they ain't coming back. this is your hometown.
Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show.
Whatever happened to the drive-in picture show? Gave in to parking lots, business parks and condos. Is that another piece of America that's gone? Whatever happened to the drive-in picture show? When I think of the classic film that's shown on that big screen, it's sad to think that movies here are no longer seen. Years ago on Saturday night, this was the place to be. And now the snack bar and admission booth are all choked with weed. I can smell the popcorn, feel the night mood in the air. Station wagons with families and kids, and backseat love affairs. Some might have been happy, some might have ended in despair. If it weren't for love on those starry nights, some of us might not be here. Whatever happened to the drive-in picture show? Gave in to parking lots, business parks and condos. Is that another piece of America that's gone? Whatever happened to the drive-in picture show? Myself driving down some lonesome road, then I see an old drive-in. I got to drive by slow. I quickly try to take in all the memories it holds of all those long lost nights at the drive-in picture show. Whatever happened to drive-in picture show? Gave in to parking lots, business parks and condos. Is that another piece of America that's gone? Whatever happened to the drive-in picture show?
story about the old drive-in picture show, and that's yours truly, Roger Hurricane Wilson. That's from the new CD that was released in July of 2018 called Memories of Keansburg. Now, that track was released on a CD I did back in 2006 called The Way I Am, but it was relevant to the story I was trying to tell about my hometown called Keansburg, New Jersey, and so we kind of included it there. There was a drive-in that I used to go to as a child, and it sort of tells a story, so it was very relevant in order to put back into to this project. It's always great to hear from you. Once again, I'd like to hear from you on email, roger@hurricanewilson.com. That's ROGER at hurricanewilson.com. I'm on Twitter at RogerHurricaneW, Facebook under Hurricane Wilson, a couple of Facebook pages for the American Music Show. One's a like page and a group page. And then there's also Instagram at Roger Hurricane Wilson Guitar. So it's always great to hear from you right here on the American Music Show. We're going to continue right now with the CD Memories of Keansburg, released in July of 2018, right here on Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show.
Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show.
I could whip the world when I was younger, with a beer and shot of whiskey, and I was Superman. I'd take a swing at the drop of a hat, didn't matter when or where was at, till I fought a man that put me in my place. And I still call Daddy Sir to this day. Had an old muscle car fast in 3 counties, took a New pink slips from guys that wish they'd never seen my face. I said goodbye to the GTO when I lost control down Bear Creek Road. It's a miracle I walked away from that. God must have sent an angel to watch my back. And I thank my lucky scars that I'm still here today. I wouldn't change a thing, not even the mistake. Learned my lessons, count my blessings, though some of them came hard. Yes, stepping stones are all they really are. I thank my lucky scars. My first love was going to be my last one. So my best friend in high school stole her away from me. They moved down to Georgia, then out to California. My heart healed when I found the one for me. It goes to show some things are meant to be. And I thank my lucky scars that I'm still here today. I wouldn't change a thing, not even the mistakes. Learned my lessons, count my blessings, though some of them came hard. Yes, stepping stones are all they really are. I thank my lucky scars. That's how I got this far. And I thank my lucky scars that I'm still here today. I wouldn't change a thing, not even the mistake. Learned my lessons, count the blessings, though some of them came hard. Yes, stepping stones are all they really are. I thank my lucky scars. Stepping stones are all they really are. I thank my lucky scars. Thank my lucky scars. I thank my lucky scars.
A very fine Texas songwriter, James Cain, wrote that song called Lucky Scars, and I thought it related to the story of my hometown of Keansburg, New Jersey, on the CD called Memories of Keansburg. Just a great story about growing up, getting in some brawls here and there, getting straightened out by your old man, and just learning some lessons in life, and lucky to survive through them. So that's what that song's all about from the CD Memories of Keansburg, New Jersey. This is show 101 right here of the American Music Show, so we're glad to have you with us. And don't forget to just check in with us every now and then. Send an email to roger@hurricanewilson.com on the American Music Show. Continuing right now with the CD called Memories of Keansburg, released in July of 2018. You heard Sandy Hook, which was an instrumental written about a landmark, I guess a state park and recreation area in New Jersey, which separates the Raritan Bay from the Atlantic Ocean. And you heard Lucky Scars. This next song is one I wrote about my dad. It's called I Don't Want to Come Back. I released this one also back in 2006, but it was relevant again to this project. And I remember wanting to go on the road, or I was getting ready to go out on the road years ago, and I tell this story on stage all the time that my dad was living in the north and I was in the south, and I told him on the phone, I said, I'm going to go out on the road. I'd love to come pick you up. You can hang out with me for a while. We'll go out and catch up a little bit. And basically he said, well, if I go anywhere, I just don't want to come back. And that was the name of this song here. We laughed about it at the time, but later on, after he passed on, he never came back. So that's the story here. This is yours truly, Roger Hurricane Wilson. The song is called I Don't Want to Come Back.
He had big desires and plans, it seemed. when he made up his mind, it was always clear. He never cared to go anywhere. He was always content to stay right there. He always said, someday we will. But I knew that day would never appear. He said, there's no place I want to go. I'm just content to stay here at home. But let it be known as a matter of fact, if I go anywhere, I don't want to come back.
Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show.
When I'm back in Jersey, driving near the Bay Shore, I think about the old times there and the way they were before. After so many years, so strangely it seems, the car seems to drive itself to exit 117. My whole childhood passes right before my eyes. The memories flood in loud and clear. I thought they all had died. All the folks I ever knew, now I think they're playing tricks. They're all riding with me down Highway 36. No matter where I go in this world, I still think about coming home to Keansburg. To love it, you have to leave it, that's what I've always heard. Still, I always find myself coming home to Keansburg. says no left turn. When I get on Main Street, the memories start to churn. It won't be long now, just until I see welcome to Keansburg and the sign at Dixie Lee. From the shores of the Raritan Bay to the Garden State Parkway, the memories I carry now with me will always stay. From the Keansburg Amusement Park to the tip of Sandy Hook, the Bay Shore's rich history is the main chapter in my book. No matter where I go in this world, I still think about coming home to Keansburg. Love, you have to leave it, that's what I've always heard. Still I always find myself coming home to Keansburg. Love, you have to leave it, that's what I've always heard. Still I always find myself coming home to Keansburg. I'm coming home, coming home. I'm coming home to Keansburg. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. I'm coming home to Keansburg. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. I'm coming home to Keansburg. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. I'm coming home to Keansburg. Coming home, coming home. I'm coming home to Keansburg. Coming home, coming home. Coming home to Keansburg. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. I'm coming home to Keansburg. I'm coming home, coming home. I'm coming home to Keansburg. I'm coming home.
That's called Coming Home to Keansburg. Yours truly, Roger Hurricane Wilson. Sort of a little anthem kind of thing. Every time I go visit back to the Jersey Shore and to that area, it's kind of the way I feel. A lot of the kindred spirits traveling along with me and just really having a great time and catching up with old friends. So it's still a little bit nostalgic. Anyway, the town celebrated a 100th anniversary in 2017 from 1917. And so I was able to contribute a little bit to an appearance there. And also I just decided to put this project together and had some songs that kind of related to growing up and coming along. And so I put them here on this CD called Memories of Keansburg. The last track here is an acoustic thing. It was a title track of a CD I did back in 2002, just an acoustic instrumental called Pastime. And the way that worked out, for all the folks in the neighborhood years ago used to name their houses. I remember my house, I think when I moved in there, of course I was only about a year old when my folks moved in, there was a sign on it called Rose Cottage, and the house next door, which eventually became my grandparents' house, had a sign on it called Pastime. And I found the sign years later and brought it and put it on my home in Georgia. And so I wrote a song, an instrumental, just dedicated to that. It was called Pastime. And I decided to use it here also on the CD called Memories of Keansburg, New Jersey. You're hearing it right here on Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show. This is called Pastime.
phone, gas, and lodging. Take the next right. I'm gonna pull this big truck over. Gonna spend the night. Looks like I ought to save me a room to rest my aching head. Thank you, Mr. Johnson, for lending me one of your beds. Well, it's up in the early morning sun, taking on down the line. Gotta get back to Atlanta, Georgia, to see my little Miss Georgia Pine. It's been so long since I've been home, I forgot what it looks like. Food, phone, gas, and lodge, you're gonna make it on home tonight. Up in the early morning sun, take it on down the line. Gotta get back to Atlanta, Georgia, to see my little Miss Georgia Pine. It's been so long since I've been home, I forgot what it looks like. Food, phone, gas, and lodge, you're gonna make it on home tonight. Food, phone, gas, and lodging, take the next right. Food, phone, gas, and lodge, you're gonna make it on home tonight.
Little extra thing there called Food, Phone, Gas, and Lodging. The song was originally by the Eric Quincy Tate group out of Atlanta, Georgia, and they were very good friends of mine. Actually played my senior prom back in 1972, and it was a song that they did, and I decided to put my own hand at it. The reason I included it here, it's not on the CD, but I do remember a time when I was just a little boy and when I was riding with my parents down the highway, and there was a sign that said Food, Phone, Gas, and Lodging. Later on, David Cantwine of the Eric Quincy Tate Band wrote this when he saw the signs in between Atlanta and Augusta, Georgia on the way home for Food, Phone, Gas, and Lodging. But I guess in this day and age, it's not something you really see anymore. The next song here I'm going to feature is just which is a little extra. We finished up the CD called Memories of Keansburg, New Jersey, and I'm just going to do a little extra thing here. This is a song called Why Can't It Be Like Christmas Every Day? I more or less wrote this after watching people's really bad behavior, uncivilized, I would say, on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, when everybody gives thanks and is with family and all that, and then the day turns into pretty much a melee of everybody when I guess it shows kind of a lot of the greed and stuff that goes around, and it's very unpleasant. But I wrote a song about it. It's called Why Can't It Be Like Christmas Every Day? You're hearing it right here on show number 101 of Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show.
There's got to be a better way than pushing each other out of the way. To be the first in line on Black Friday. Why can't it be like Christmas every day? With people hurting and dying near and far away. A sad state of affairs, I've got to say. To let greed and ignorance lead the way. Why can't it be like Christmas every day? Why can't it be like Christmas every day? The world would be a happier place to play if everyone gave instead of take away. It could be like Christmas every day. be willing to stop this killing and start giving so the living may keep on living. We need to count the blessings we enjoy and not be on a mission to destroy. It's a shame to watch mankind go astray and let our time on earth here waste away. We shouldn't put our lives on layaway, but live as if it were Christmas every day. Why can't it be like Christmas every day? The world would be a happier place to play if everyone gave instead of take away. It could be like Christmas every day. It could be like Christmas every day.
That's Why Can't It Be Like Christmas Every Day. Yours truly, Roger Hurricane Wilson, right here on the American Music Show. And until next time, don't forget now to send me an email, roger@hurricanewilson.com, Twitter @RogerHurricaneW, Facebook under Hurricane Wilson, a couple of Facebook pages for the American Music Show. One's a like page and a group page. We're always on Instagram at Roger Hurricane Wilson Guitar. So stay in touch, and until next time, keep it in the road.
You have been listening to Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show here on 88.5 KALA with your host, longtime touring musician, recording artist, songwriter, and guitar instructor, Roger Hurricane Wilson. This is David Baker, reminding you to tune in each week at this same time for Roger Hurricane Wilson's American Music Show here on 88.5 KALA, where the jazz is and the blues are.